Hey guys, welcome back to the Book Nook Corner. It's Courtney. So I thought today I would do kind of like a weird little mismatch of things and put them into one video, and that is my Q&A. So I asked a couple days ago on my community page on YouTube and my stories on Bookstagram if you guys had any questions for me for a Q&A, and I got quite a few questions, so we're gonna go through those. And then I thought I would give you a little update on my February reading journals slash planner, whatever I've updated with books that I've read or for my February spreads coming up. So I thought I would kind of just update you all on that and give you a little clippy of what I've done. So let's get into the questions. The first one on my community page was, I'm going to be looking at my phone over here, what sparked your love of books and reading? So the female line in my family pretty much all loves to read. So I think some of it honestly was genetics. Like, you can't tell me differently. Like, I really genuinely think that that has a lot to do with it for like everyone, not just me. If you have people in your family that like to read, it kind of gets passed down. So I find that interesting. But also, I just have always been interested in stories. Sorry for the view change, but my camera died, so we're gonna swap things up. But anyway, getting back to it, I was read to from a very young age from my dad and my sister, and my older sister obviously, and I just absorbed everything that they read. I still remember my favorite childhood books that kind of, just impacted me and were ones that I really loved, and my family has actually saved a lot of them too, which is cool. So, and it's a tradition that I kept with my son. I read to him as well. Now he's getting too old and he wants to read his own books, which is fine. I'm all for that. Like, let's go. And yeah, so I would have to say that like it mainly sparked from my dad reading to me as a kid. And then also I had an amazing elementary school librarian. She was really cool. I still remember her name, what she looked like, everything. Like, she had this little cart that she would carry around with like her favorite books, and she would talk about them during our class. And I just remember sitting there just absorbing all of this, being like fascinated by the library and everything in it. And so it just was like born in me. I don't know how else to really answer that. The next question was, what was the first book you ever loved? That's a hard one because I have quite a few. I would have to say though, for sure, it's Harry Potter. I was only about 8 years old whenever that came out in the US. And I just remember like getting off the bus, because I would go get off the bus at my grandma's because my parents worked, and I would get off the bus and just want to read that right away, and she would get like frustrated with me because she wanted me to do my homework, and I would want to sit there and read Harry Potter instead. So I just remember doing that. And then I loved the Dear America series. If anyone, this is showing my age because these don't even like exist. I don't think they're in print anymore, but they were available like at Costco and Sam's Club. You could go pick them up, and I absolutely adored these. This was one of my favorites. I've been thinking of actually rereading some of these because even though they're, kids books, middle grade. Oh my gosh. This was in it. I'm really curious. Oh man, I wish that there was a date on it. Oh, 95, guys. 1995. Oh my god, what? I would have only been like 7 years old. Oh my god, I haven't opened this in forever. Look, that was in it too. Oh, this will make me cry. Courtney Aaron got at Sam's Club. My mom let me get. June 13th, 1998. That is hilarious. My mom let me get. Wow, my writing was fabulous. Wow. See, Sam's Club, I told you. Because I remember, and they would have like a whole table of them, and I would walk in and be like, oh my gosh, 1998. And look, that's so cute. Aw, I'm glad I opened it. Anyway, if anyone has these and would want to do a buddy read with me, let me know. I've been wanting to read them. They're not even 200 pages, I don't think. They're like a novella, basically. Yeah, it's only 160 pages. So cool. The next question was, what are your favorite book tropes? So that's kind of a hard one because I'm not really a tropey person. I just like read a book to read a book. And like, if it has a trope that I think is cool, awesome, but I don't go like looking for specific tropes. Does that make sense? I do like enemies to lovers though. Sometimes it gets overused, sometimes it gets old, depending on how the author, makes it flow. But I like to be, I like the angst, I like to kind of like slow burn, but sometimes it's too much slow burn and there's no payoff at the end. And I'm just like,
yeah, no, we gotta have some payoff here, people.
I would have to say enemies to lovers, and then the found family. If there's like a kind of like a Harry Potter situation, he found his family via teachers and professors and friends and stuff at Hogwarts. So that is probably one of my favorite tropes as well. The last question from YouTube community page was, if you could use only one of your e-readers, which one would you choose and why? I liked this question. I would have to say my Kindle Paperwhite. I absolutely love the Paperwhite. It's just hands down my favorite e-reader. And then second would probably be the Oasis. And then third would be any of the Kobo products. Probably the Libra, but I love the Clara as well. But yeah, definitely my Kindle Paperwhite. If I had to like sell all of them for some reason and could literally only keep one, it would be the Paperwhite. And it's just because like it just has such a crisp, like clear quality screen and feel to it. It's fast. I like the size of it. I like the, the 6.8 inch screen. Like, I just love everything about it. It charges fast. It holds a battery forever. I just love it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Instagram questions. The first one was, is your husband an avid reader? And the answer to that is most definitely no. Much to my chagrin, I would love for him to be a reader. I've tried to get him to be a reader. I would love to read books with him that we like buddy read together basically, but he's just not into it. And I don't really think there's much that he ever would be. He likes fantasy type things, movies, shows, podcasts, games, like video games. And there has been a couple, like when he's gone to Barnes & Noble with me and we've looked in the fantasy section, there's been a couple like grimdark fantasies that he's been like, oh, that probably would be something I would read. And I'm like, well, then read it. Like, I would love for you to read it. He has gotten somewhat into audiobooks, but not really. So I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. The next question is, can you tell us what other e-readers you would like to try and why? I would love to try more of the, this is like a loaded answer. Okay. So I would love to try any more of the Kobos. So like the bigger Kobos, the ones that you annotate, the ones that are like the Kindle Scribe. And then that leads me into, I would love to try and buy the Kindle Scribe as well, but all of these require lots of monies. So we will have to see, kind of when I'm able to do this, or if I'm able to do this ever. It will be kind of a while because they're all really expensive. I would just have to say like any of the e-readers between Kobo and Kindle, because those are just like my top favorite ones, that you like the scribe size that you write on, you annotate on. Obviously I have the color Libra, but like there's 2 or 3 more Kobos that are made for annotating. They're not color, but they're made for annotating. And then obviously the scribe in the Kindle world. So I would love to try all of those because I've never had any that are that big. And I just think that would be so cool because it has the e-ink screen. I am not a Big Me girl or, oh my gosh, what was the other one that we got? The little hand, it's like a cell phone size. Oh my god, I'm blanking. Anyway, that brand, because they're basically to me just like a black and white iPad. So I don't like Kindle and Kobo is my only ones that I really would want to do. So next question is, what are some of your top books that you've ever read? This is another loaded question because I have so many. I did write a little list right here. So I would have to say the top favorite book of mine is Through a Glass Darkly by Carleen Cohen. This is my all-time favorite book, and I don't think, honestly, that will ever really change. She is just, her writing, her characters, her stories, how she fleshes out her books, like I just could go on and on. They are so good. The next one is obviously Harry Potter. The series as a whole, love everything about it. I feel like I talk about it all the time. I don't really need to go into more detail with that. And then the next one, I'm just gonna clump this together as well, and that would be Sarah J. Maas. Anything that she's ever read or written, I would have to say is a favorite of mine as well. just because I could not pick a favorite book of hers. I love them all. I love all her characters, her stories, her worlds. Primo. After that, it would have to be June Farrow, The Unmaking of June Farrow. That book I read this year, and it just like blew my mind. Like, I don't know why that book just really hit me hard this year, and I just really genuinely enjoyed it. It is just so good, and I highly suggest that you read it. The last and final question from Instagram was, will you be purchasing a Kindle Colorsoft Paperwhite Signature Edition or a Books Go Color 7? Very specific e-readers there. Definitely am going to be buying a Kindle Colorsoft. I'm hoping within the next couple months or so. That is my goal. And you guys watching my videos, liking, commenting definitely helps me reach that goal. I appreciate all of that. I definitely will be buying the Kindle Colorsoft. I'm actually really excited about it. I don't know if they have them in stores like Target or Best Buy, but it would be super cool to go to a store and buy a Kindle because I've never done that. I've always ordered it online, so I would love to go and like buy one and like vlog it and then bring it home, decorate it, all the things. So yes, definitely will be buying that. The next one was a Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition. I don't really see a reason to buy that just because like the signature edition, at least as far as I'm concerned and that I'm aware, is not that different from the regular Kindle Paperwhite. I will save my money for the Colorsoft. The next one was the Books Go Color 7. That was the brand, the Books Palma. That's what I was trying to say earlier. And no, I will not be buying anything from there. I am purely going to stick with Kindle and Kobo just because like they are e-reader specific, whereas the books products are basically just, like I said, black and white iPads for the most part. Like they run on like the Android software, so you can download any app and use anything on it, and like to me that just distracts me from my reading and just gives me way too much to do, and it's just, yeah, more an iPad than an e-reader. So I will not be purchasing that. So the next portion of this video is me sharing all of my journals with you. My reading journals, my planner, my memory journal, anything that I have updated for February / written my book reviews in, etc. I just thought I would kind of share them with you guys in case you're wanting to also start a reading journal or something, and this might give you some ideas because I love seeing other people's ideas. So this is my stack, which I realize is very ridiculous. But yeah, so we'll just go through them one at a time. This is my weekly planner. I think it's adorable and I love it. We'll show you my most recent spreads. So this is what I made yesterday for February. This is going to be just kind of my little February, all the things. And then I did do my first week of February. I'm not a huge fan of this. I think once I really fill it in and kind of maybe add a little bit more stickers or decor to it, it'll look a little better. But yeah, that's that one. Then we have my physical reading journal. You guys know I have a physical reading journal and then an ebook and audiobook journal. This is what I do. Oh, it gets better. Like it gets more extra. Just wait. I've kind of shown you a lot of what I've done. Like this was like for, don't look at that. I think I'm just gonna get rid of that. This was for my readathon this weekend that I did. I filled all that out this past weekend, I should say. This is for my fourth wing, the Empyrean, that I would like to reread. I'm gonna reread all three of them and annotate them. So I just decided to do like a little journal spread for them. And that was it for this one. So that is my physical journal. I love how like it's already getting like a little thick. Love it! So my next one was my ebook and audiobook journal. This is also I love this. It's so fun. I will just kind of go through the last couple spreads that I did. So I did one for my Patreon. I just made like a little spread, just like kind of, you know, documenting, almost like scrapbooking that I made a Patreon and all the things. This is my Patreon book club, the Cottage Fairy Society book club. That is our first book if anyone would like to join in for February and March. And then these are my top priority ebooks for 2025 that I would like to read. And then my bestie and I's little book club. Those were our January reads and then our February reads. I love this spread. I think it's so pretty. And that's it for that one. And then I decided, since I'm gonna just have like different spreads for like different read-alongs and things that I'm doing, that I want to have the space dedicated in these for, and not have to constantly feel like, okay, how many pages do I need for this? I just want it wide open to be able to do what I want with it. And so I decided to make 2 different journals again, that are just for my book reviews. So like my monthly book spread, and then my book reviews. So this one happens to be my physical book review journal. So there's like the cover page of mine. I think I showed you this. I've shared them on like Instagram and stuff, so you guys might have seen these. This was for January. I really love this one. It's super cute. My priority TBR for January and my maybes. And then I set them up for my reviews. I haven't written anything yet because I haven't totally finished either one of these books yet. I'm really, really close. Like, I literally am going to finish both of them, like, by tomorrow. So there's that. And then here is my February setup, which I actually, like, adore this. It's so chaotic and crazy. Which, by the way, this book is like my most anticipated release, as you can see, for February. I've been so excited. This was right up there with Onyx Storm for me. And this does not come out till February 18th. So I had it pre-ordered on Amazon, and then I got it through Book of the Month, my Book of the Month subscription, and it'll be coming in like 2 days. So I'm going to get it almost like 2.5, 3 weeks before everyone else. So like, what the heck? So yeah, which actually my Heartless Hunter, which is the first book to that, is a Book of the Month edition, so they'll match anyway, so it works out. Yeah, so that's it for that one. Of course, bows on everything, because I'm bow obsessed now that I can make them. And then this is my ebook version for like my book review thing. So here's my little cover page for this one. That was my January. I don't really know why I put that there, because like I knew that it wasn't coming out until February, and I want to read it physically. So that was just like a mistake. And I'm waiting until I finish the last couple books to fill all of these out. So they're not like totally done. Here is my review of North is the Night. I did read this on my Kindle. And then my review of Assassin's Apprentice, which I did listen to audibly. I read some of it physically, but I listened to most of it. So there's my review there. And then here is my February setup. I love this. I think it's so cute. And that's it for that one. And then for this year, I have yet to do this any other year, but I decided to make a memory journal. It bothers me if these are like twisted. So I decided to do a memory journal. I have shown you guys this in a vlog. I think I pictured some of it on Instagram as well. But I had originally set it up differently. I was going to do like daily entries, and it was just like too much to keep up with. So I glued all those pages together and started over. So here's the cover page on this one. I love it. The fairy version of moi. Then we have kind of like my little like bucket list for the year of things that I would like to do, goals I would like to reach, things I would like to achieve, etc., etc. Of course, there's a iced coffee there. Then we have my January at a glance type of situation, things that I did and achieved in January, me, myself, and I, and my family, of course. And then the ins and outs of the year, kind of things that were in 2024 that I don't want to do anymore. I love this spread. I think it's so pretty. Yeah, this is just that's it for this one. This is just gonna kind of be like random things that I want to document, memories. I'm gonna do like the monthly at a glance every month, and then just maybe some cool little spreads that I want to add to it. So I am so excited that I started really genuinely taking the journaling serious, and I feel like I finally hit my groove. Like, I've been trying for a couple years, and I could just never really latch on to a certain way to do it, and I feel like I have found what I like to do, and I have found my style and my groove, and I'm so excited to continue doing it and showing you guys my spreads and hopefully giving you ideas. Anyway, this was such a weird video. Kind of back and forth updated, but I just thought I would share what I'm doing and all these things in the Q&A, and yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something about me, or gain some valuable information somehow. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go down and check out all of my links, my Bookstagram, my Discord book clubs, my Patreon, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!